What up, gang? In this video, I'm going to tell you what you got to do to get 1,000 fans in the music industry, 10,000 fans, all the way up to millions of fans. How many songs does it take? Well, this is cool. There's actually been studies done on this. Good thing I didn't have to do it. But I'm going to explain and give you that number in this video, as well as give you some insight on why that many songs have to be released for most artists blow up. Okay, now this is a study, not a guess, okay? That means somebody researched it and probably took a lot of work. You're gonna learn that in this video. I'm Rob Level, and this is the #1 educational platform in the music industry, Smart Rapper. We're gonna help you get smarter right after the intro.
If you making money, I could put you on my team. Yeah, I got that hustle and maneuver. Talk the trash, I'll be back, but I'll be with my shooter. My paint gets scratched, don't want that, I drop by from the Uber. Dip and dash, hit the pad, burn like Freddy Krueger.
Now when I tell you this number, you're gonna see, wow, it does. It takes a lot of work, but you're also gonna see, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that number. That makes sense. And that's what's absolutely beautiful about this, because when you can see the end of the road and what it would actually take, for instance, how high is the mountain? How many steps is that mountain to get there? And when you see that, you go, I could do that. Unless you're somebody who knows yourself and you're like, I ain't doing that. Never mind, I'm gonna go back to college. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about that. Now, if this is your first time here and you wanna learn all the secrets and the tricks that I teach people to grow a music career with music promotion and everything, even all the way to development of business skills inside of the music industry, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notified every time I release a video, so you know when it's time to get smarter. Right, let's get into this. Now, you know if you've seen my videos, which I assume you have, we're at 300,000 subscribers, like 20 million views, we're doing the damn thing. You know I always tell you guys, you need to be cranking out songs like a madman. And this is across any industry, pop music, rock music, okay? Because there's a few benefits to releasing a lot of songs, or at the very least, creating a lot of songs. But when you release them, you get a couple of these benefits. Let's talk about these. Number one, the more songs that you create, the better that you're gonna get at making music. That's a duh. We had to start with that one, okay? But then number two, the more music that you release, the more you can see the way that people respond to the music that you're creating. And if you're open-minded, which I didn't used to be, which is a big mistake that I made, I want you to be like that now, because you can look at how people are responding to your music and say, okay, they don't like this. Why don't they like this? Ask them. You can figure out what's not right and what can be better. That means what? You're gonna develop faster to make music that people like more, okay? And that is essential, because then every song you release is better, and then the next one's better, and then the next one's better, which gets you closer to this number that I'm gonna tell you that the study shows, because you have to be developed before that number matters, and we're gonna go over that. And then the third benefit is the one that's probably the most important to you. The sooner you do this, the sooner you're developed, the more songs you're releasing, the faster that you're actually gonna build a fan base and start making money from your music career, which is everyone's dream, even if it's just enough to live on. That's a beautiful thing, okay? You don't have to be a superstar. If you're living off your music and you don't have to go to a day job and you're your own boss, how beautiful is that? That's a blessing. For real. So that is massive. And you also, you can quit your job or whatever. That's what we all want that. We want that moment. And I hope that you reach that moment. And if you watch my videos, you have a much higher chance of doing that. I'm just letting you know. So if you're not releasing enough music, you're never gonna know what's right and what's wrong. You're just going to assume based on your own biases on the music that you're making, which is, you're of course gonna be biased because it's your art, it came out of your soul, and you're attached to it. But I'll tell you right now, and you know already, a lot of people think this stuff's good when it actually sucks. So releasing a ton of music is gonna help you evolve faster, which I think is key. Now let's get into these numbers of how many songs it actually takes. Now, quick disclaimer, these numbers are part of the study, how many songs that it takes on average for an artist to blow up, but this also depends on a couple factors, which I'm gonna talk about right after I actually tell you the number, because I'm gonna break down why I believe it takes that many songs, which I find very interesting. Now, real quick before I give you that number, can you do me a favor and click the like button, and then leave a comment, even if it's a smiley face, because that really helps the channel. I never ask, but I'm gonna start asking, because you don't ask, you don't get. Now, the number. Based on a study that looked at popular artists, very popular artists, the average number of songs that they had to release before they became successful, popular, or at least were at a point where they were buzzing and had people paying attention to them, on the low end of a career about to blow up, was 32 songs released. Now that doesn't seem like a crazy amount of songs. How many songs do you have out? For most people, that's like 3 projects or 2 bigger projects, okay? Most people don't have that many projects out of music that's really good, but let me break down why it took 32 songs, because it's not just 32 random songs being released. That's not how it works. You have to take into account exactly what this study studied. okay? It actually based itself in its information and data on artists who were already popular, who pretty much a larger majority of those artists were signed to labels from the get-go, okay? Now, what that tells us is, number one, you already know you don't get signed to a label unless you're already developed, right? So these artists from day one upon releasing the song number 1 of 32, they were already developed. They'd already gone through that phase of development. So how many songs had they released prior to that had been scrapped? Was that included in the study? It didn't say, but a lot of these artists hadn't even released a song yet. They were developed, branded, named on a major label, and then pushed from the first song. And the average still came out to be 32. You gotta remember, it's extremely rare for an artist to blow up off the first project. Very rare. I did, but that was because I spent I told you guys know, I spent a very long time developing before I even started releasing songs. So when I released songs, it was just the best stuff that I had. And that was part of the reason I blew up. Along with my marketing strategies, which is the stuff that I teach you guys in my courses. So what I like to say is this: if there's 32 songs on average for an artist that's already pretty much signed to a major label, you can assume it's gonna take you 1 to 2 mixtapes to really start developing your sound and style and start growing your voice, your tone, choosing the right beats, getting your right flows, developing your flows, getting your lyrics down and getting better. I'm gonna say it's gonna take about 2 projects, whether that's, let's just say it's 12 songs. You're gonna probably release 24 songs prior to those 32 songs starting. And now you can say, Rob, what do you mean? Well, you also have to take into account, look at a lot of artists that are really big right now. Look at artists, look at Baby. These artists had how many mixtapes before they blew up? How long have they been releasing music? Okay, and then take into account how much time it took them to blow up. I mean, Roddy Ricch didn't blow up until about 2 years ago, but I was seeing videos of him in 2014, 2015. You can look at Lil Uzi. He took him 2 additional years to develop. How many songs did he release before those other songs came out? Look at Lil Baby. How many he was signed. You see, that's one of those where that may come into account where he was signed. He probably had a project beforehand. I'm not sure, but he was signed by a label that has a lot of power. And to have that and then start releasing music, he's definitely gonna blow up within the 32 songs. So it's all about development and then the 32 songs. So I want you to take that from this video. Go develop yourself. Develop your music, your sound, your brand, your image, your style as if you had been signed to a label, which I show you via the Rapper Shortcut, or I teach you how to brand yourself, how to even dress yourself with a style image guide. And I'll put all the courses below, guys. I have everything. The Rapper Shortcut teaches you everything 26 weeks straight. And in addition to that, after those songs start releasing, you have to learn where to allocate your funds for your marketing dollars. Every marketing dollar spent in the wrong place is a waste of money. Also, every marketing dollar spent before you were developed as an artist is a waste of money. You really shouldn't even be spending marketing dollars to get people to listen to your music on a bigger scale until you're fully developed. Really, you should not. You should not be spending marketing dollars. You should be doing all the grunt work for the free stuff while you're stacking your money. And then, when you really have those songs or you're further developed and you have those records, you start pushing up. That's just the smarter decision, because if I can have $5,000 backed up for a marketing budget for my third project and because my first 2 projects I didn't spend $1,000 or $2,500 promoting each of those, well, I have $5,000 for music on your third project's obviously gonna be way better than your first and second, right? Think about that. I'm not telling you to procrastinate, I'm telling you to develop yourself before you start spending money, okay? Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment below. And don't forget, guys, luckily, I spend a lot of time doing these marketing tactics and testing these strategies and seeing what works. And I have courses on everything. Spotify, I have 136 music marketing ideas. That's a 3-hour course of me just telling you all these marketing tricks, from free to ones that cost money. And I'm only developing more. I have SoundCloud marketing. I show you guys how to go from 0 to 1,000 followers on SoundCloud, how I did in a month. And I show you guys, I have all this stuff. I'm an artist. I'm doing this stuff. Artists that really blow up already have labels, they have funding, they have, backers, resources, and unfortunately, independent artists like us, we don't. So we have to take our money, we have to spend it wisely, and that's why I create these courses, and I test these things with my money, right? Money that you don't have, money that I didn't have when I was in your shoes. So you don't have to make the mistakes that I made and waste the money and be like, damn, that was 3 weeks of work, now I have to work an extra 3 weeks to get that money back. No. You worked 3 weeks, now it was worth the 3 weeks. You get me? That's a big reason for this. And for anybody out there who hasn't seen my videos, and you're like, who the hell is this guy? How would he know anything about that? Well, I built Smart Rapper, it took me about 5 years. There's almost 1,000 videos on this channel. That doesn't include the other 2,500 videos inside of my courses that I've made. I also released over 200 and some videos in music. I also have like 7 music projects, and I just started promoting my music about 3 weeks ago because I built Smart Rapper. Now I'm back in artist mode. My new single's already over 500,000 views in 3 weeks because I know how to run ads. I know how to drive traffic to it. I know how to do this. Also, on average, I get over 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. That's normal. And I wasn't even promoting yet. Now watch it blow up. Okay, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm just excited because people who don't believe me or doubt me is like, I'm going to show you now because I do this. I never quit. I'm never going to. So I'm going to blow up because that's what happens when you never quit. In addition to that, my new single, within a week and a half, was over 100,000 streams on Spotify. Okay? And we're just getting everything going. On top of that, The Future Kings, which is one of the top hip-hop dance groups, period. Actually, the top 3, you got Jabberwockies and you got them, I don't even know the other group. They heard my song and they heard that I was from Chicago, and they were like, this is a hit. We want to be known for blowing up hit songs. They just did Goober from 6ix9ine. They just did Drake's new Slide song. They only do hits. They heard mine, like, we want to be part of blowing this up. So they danced to my song, and it just released yesterday. So everything is going to explode. Anyways, I have courses below. And I give you free marketing strategies just for going and checking it out, okay? I'm Rob Lovell. This is Smart Rapper. Hit me with a subscribe and hit that bell because I'm gonna help you get smarter. That's what I do. Go check out my new single. I'll put all the links below for the courses. Help you grow. It's that time, guys. Keep hustling, gang. And I'm gonna see you at the top, all right? Let's get it.
If you making money, I could put you on my team. Yeah, I got that hustle and maneuver. Talk that trash, I'll be back, but I'll be with my shooter. My fingers scratched, don't want that. I drop by from the Uber. Dip and dash, hit the pad, burn like Freddy Krueger.